What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And tonight, we have a Toronto legend in the building tonight. Listen, this is a rapper. This is also an actor. He's also been in video games. You've seen him in commercials. You've seen him in movies. You know who we have in the building today? We have Infinite in the building today. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, man?
You're
Respect.
good.
Thank you for having me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you for coming through, my brother.
Always,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Always, man. I see you supporting me. I got to support you.
Yeah.
And plus, we're family.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You know what I mean?
You know how it goes. Been working on this for a while, but again, nothing before it's time, and I'm happy you came today.
Yeah.
And let's do this.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Infinite, my brother.
Yes.
When it came to hip-hop, when did you really discover and fall in love with hip-hop and say, I like this?
You know, I have my oldest brother, he was into hip-hop when we was growing up. And even around the house, my mom was listening to disco back then. You know what I mean? So it started a little back then, but then when my older brother Kane started listening to that hip-hop genre, it's like automatically you just start getting familiar with it as a kid, and you hear all these songs every day in the house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my older brother's the one that put me onto that.
That really got you involved with. And do you remember who were some of the rappers you were actually listening to back then?
Like when I first started listening to it?
Yeah.
Honestly, Run DMC was like the first introduction, Houdini.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I wasn't even supposed to know these guys. So, I mean, I was a baby listening to all these rappers that was coming out at that time. So, so UTFO, Roxanne, Shantae, all of them from way back, the old school.
The classic hip hop.
Yeah, so I didn't skip a beat, you know? I didn't cut no corners.
Yeah. You came from the original, so you understand how it goes.
Yeah.
You understand?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so then now you're listening to hip hop rap, the originators and stuff like that. When did you actually decide, you know what, I wanna rap, I'm gonna write some lyrics and stuff like that? When did that actually come around?
When I was in grade 7, I remember, grade 6.
Okay.
I remember going to school and we was in the bathroom and just, we'd see people battling in the bathroom. It was actually us battling in the bathroom. So during class, I try to write one verse or a couple bars for the battle whenever we have the next battle. So that's when I started doing my writing, you know what I mean? So I'd say grade 6.
Grade 6.
Yeah.
Wow. And you actually remember your verse that you wrote back then?
I can't remember it. I can't remember. Like I have an idea, but I don't remember. I can't spit it consistent for you. Nah, you know?
Yeah. Okay, wow, right there. So then you discovered the hip hop, you started to write your lyrics, and from there now. So then now I know you grew up in Rexdale.
Yeah.
All right, so then Rexdale, right now, you people are like Jellystone, you Ghetto Concept and stuff like that's where you're coming from. So was there any hip hop artists when you were growing up that you were actually looking up to in Rexdale at that time there, or it was more you're looking to the States?
The only person at that time in Rexdale that I was looking up to was Kane.
Yeah.
I thought Kane was a ill rapper. That was like my oldest brother again. So like he set the tone, he set the trend, and Kane he was talented.
Yeah.
You know, if I could find some of Kane's music, man, I'd love that, you know, like somewhere, I don't know where it would be, but Kane was who I looked up to at the time.
Yeah. And you say you definitely could get involved with this right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, so then how did you guys form the group Ghetto Concept?
So Ghetto Concept now, to be honest with you, I went to Marion Academy High School in grade 9, and that's when I met Quadro. But I remember seeing Quadro on Rap City freestyling too, like, you know, they had a cypher, and I was like, yo, you sound proper, you know?
Yeah.
But when I went to school, I met Quadro, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. We linked.
Yeah.
And then, you know, did school assemblies and certain things like that, and we started clicking and doing different raps for different topics, for different assemblies. So that's how it all started coming together. But he formed Ghetto Concept with our next boy, Dolo, which is from Jungle.
Okay.
Before I even came in the group.
Got
You see what I'm saying? So the group was actually formed before I came in the group. So before the end of high school, or by the end of high school, that's when I entered the group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. And from there, everything started bumping. So did they have music out, or they were more or less doing freestyles and live shows and stuff like that before you actually joined the group?
So before I joined the group, they came up with about two songs maybe.
Okay.
2 songs, maybe 3.
Yeah.
You know, but probably by the 3rd one, I was in the group.
Yeah.
But I wasn't on the track yet.
Okay.
Because I entered the group as a DJ.
What?
Yeah, I entered the group as a DJ. Yeah, I went to the group because that was my boy, and I just wanted to travel.
Yeah.
But these guys were traveling everywhere, Atlanta, New York, you know, Florida, whatever. And then I was like, yo, let me roll. Like, you know, and they just fired a DJ. So I was like, I know how to put a record on.
Yeah.
I know how to start a song. So I said, let me start the music, boom, bam. So that's how I came in the group. But I was already, Quadra knew I could spit already.
Got you.
So that's how I came in the group.
Yeah, as a DJ.
Yeah.
So then how long were you the DJ before you actually started to spit some lyrics?
Like a month. Like about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a show and we at rehearsal one day, and I put on the instrumental, and I think the sequence was too long or something like that, and I started to rap in between where it was blank, where there was nobody rapping.
Yeah.
And the producer was there and all the members were there, and they're like, yo, we should record it like that.
Yeah.
And that was easy on the motion. You know what I'm saying?
Just like that.
Out. Yeah, and it worked out. It just worked out like it was supposed to be like that.
That's crazy. Just to come up with something so big, just out of basically, okay, I'll fill up time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. So that was your first recording. So you guys started you guys started recording and you started doing shows. Where were some of the first places that you guys actually performed as a group now with you as a third member?
Yeah, you're asking some good questions.
Thank you.
Like, we actually did some shows in the city. We had movie television that used to come on City TV.
Yeah.
Had a special, and I remember that was probably one of the first shows I did with them. And then we did Rap City.
Yeah.
With Master T.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We performed, did an interview, whatever. Then we started doing Extend the Mix. But before Extend the Mix and all that, we did a show. The first big show we did was at a music seminar down in Orlando that was called Jack the Rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. Which there's no fans there. It's all industry people, all big artists. And I remember coming out on that stage and Puff Daddy, Suge Knight, Death Row.
Yeah.
Everybody was like in the crowd, and everybody that was hot at the time was SWV was at. That's the story I always tell. The SWV story.
Yeah.
When SWV was like right at the front of the stage, just waiting for me to spit when I walked out, and I almost froze up. You know.
Yeah.
It gave you that butterflies, but then I got it and I spit it.
Yeah.
And then I got the love. The crowd started making love. I heard like Bad Boy Records, and everybody was making noise, which gave me more confidence. And then I never looked back after that. So any show that I do after that was like, okay, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, still get a little butterflies, but it's not like the first big show that we did in front of all those major people that we look up to.
Because remember, it's not fans. We're okay, it's a fan, it's okay. These are people that's professionals. I look up to them also.
People that we look up to.
And now it's like, oh man, let me get it. And from you said, okay, you got the co-sign from them.
Yeah.
You said, okay, let's go with this right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And especially you guys being the Canadian, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a lot of Canadian acts or rappers that was in that show at the same time also.
No, there wasn't a lot at all.
Yeah.
There was probably one other one.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was Maestro, Fresh West.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you connected with Maestro from early then?
Yeah, during Ghetto Concept, we connected with Maestro. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tell, just like today, I was speaking to a mastermind and I was telling him there's actually 4 stages of hip hop when it comes to Toronto and Canada. The first level is the Mishi, Maestro, Dream Warriors.
Yes.
Second level is Cardinal, Socrates, Choclair, and those guys. But here where Ghetto Concept fit in now. Ghetto Concept was a cross between second level and third level. Third level is now the mixtape era where it's a bit more hard. It's not as polished as the Cardinals and the Chocolaires.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So then that's where Ghetto Concept was a cross between level 2 and level 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then now you guys are now in a different lane, because when you wouldn't usually hear a Ghetto Concept song on like a Flow or something.
No.
It would be more of a Project Bounce.
88.1.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was the beginning of the mixtape era, the more streety, a little bit more edgy hip hop when it came to the Canadian scene there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's that Ghetto Concept. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Even that name there, do you know how you guys even came up with that name in the first place?
Like I said, I joined right after it was already established. So the two members came up with that, right?
Yeah.
Before I joined as the third member.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember Cardinal and Socrates and Chocolaire and all of the names you mentioned from back then too. You know what I mean? And everybody was coming up.
For sure.
You know, it's like an umbrella.
Yeah.
The Tyra Chases, everybody was coming up, man. It's crazy, man. It's good memories, you know? And that was the foundation. You know, we set the foundation, you know what I mean? Maestro won a Juno. Dream Warriors, I believe, won a Juno.
Yep.
And Ghetto Concept, we won a Juno.
Yeah. Okay, so even with that now, when it comes to, let's go down that road there.
Yeah.
When it comes to awards and accolades, you actually won awards in Ghetto Concept before you branched out on your own.
Before I branched out on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys won a Juno in Ghetto Concept.
So we won a Juno for Certified, which was a track that was recorded before I joined the group.
Yeah.
And then the track that we recorded together, we won a Juno for that one. The following year. Yeah.
Okay, so then that's how you ended up with the 2 Junos right there.
Yes.
And that's crazy, and especially this is still at the beginning of your career.
Yeah.
You're just winning the awards. Bam.
Yeah, just winning the group, and then, you know what I mean? Everything started moving, you know? So, and then like that, like I said, we were the first hip-hop group, Canadian hip-hop group on BET.
On BET?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how that came about in the first place, how you guys even made the connection for BET? Because remember, BET, I remember when we got BET in Canada.
Yeah.
Getting BET in Canada was a big deal.
Huge, yeah.
Remember, because back then, all of us had family like in New York or something.
Right.
You go to New York, you're watching BET, you're coming back and telling all your friends what you've seen. So how did you guys even get the connection to go on to BET in the first place?
Well, we were signed to Quality Records, and I feel like that was a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, Quality had weight.
Yeah.
And with the quality speaking for us, and then the music, the quality was different.
Yeah.
So winning the Juno, like all of that just happened, boom, 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 and it was a good look to follow up to. Here's the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was rotating on BET.
So it wasn't just like a one, okay, played one time. This was actually in rotation.
Like, we were in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, the video's on. Like, it's one of those. We don't know when it's coming on. Like, it was in rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you guys actually go out and connect with a lot of other artists out in the States when you guys were doing it also?
We connected with a few artists and other people in the industry, not only artists, but actors, actress, directors.
Okay.
You know, my boys, Yuli and Jesse Terrero, they're pretty big in the director scene of things.
Yeah.
You know, with Nicky Jam and all the other things going on in the Spanish genre, you know what I mean? The Latin, they're pretty big in that side of things. But they connected us with a lot of people at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. And even while we're out there, I know people call it the 6 or T-Dot.
Yeah.
We actually made up T-Dot. But my boy, K-Force from Jungle, he moved to New York years before this happened.
Yeah.
And we was out in New York, and we was freestyling on the porch of Jesse Terrero's house in the front yard. And then my boy said, during his freestyle, he said, I'm chilling here with my niggas from the T-Dot, O-Dot. And then all of us looked at each other like, that sounded ill.
Yeah.
And then that's when it was created. when we came back to Toronto, we put T.O. on the intro of a song, Much Love. And Quadro is the actual one that actually said it.
Yeah.
On the song. And then after that, we started hearing everybody start saying T.O. And then sports people, in the T.O. Like everybody, we should have patented that, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy to know that you guys just, okay, we're free. So you came up with it, and then it's like something went off like, hold on.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. A lot of people didn't know that, but there you go.
Yeah. No, you learn something new every day, especially because you're in the States and you want to represent where you're from.
Yes. Exactly.
And how did Americans embrace a Canadian rapper or a rap group?
You know what? From our perspective, from our view, I feel like we were good as these guys in New York and these guys in Atlanta and these guys in the South and the West. But I feel like when they realized we were from Toronto, they were like, oh, word?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a lot of groups coming out of Toronto
at that time,
that was holding it down skill-wise. You know what I mean? That was talented, you know. We came with that new era. That was a new era for the North. You know what I mean? And they showed us love. Because even when we're out there, our parents, they was like, yo, y'all from Canada?
Yeah.
Y'all don't look like y'all from Canada.
Yeah.
You look like you're from Queens. You look like you're from Brownsville. And you look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Toronto's like a miniature New York. That's how we always looked at it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so they were showing love as because we didn't really start bubbling at that time there. Yeah, we got a couple of bright sparks here and there, but we weren't bubbling yet, so it was still foreign to a lot of the Americans to see Canadian rappers. Is there Eskimos up there? What happens up there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how a lot of them seeing us.
Yeah.
All right, so then you guys are doing good stuff with Ghetto Concept now, and how long were you actually in the group for?
You know what? I actually came out of the group maybe at some point in 96 maybe.
96.
But I went in the group about between 93 and 94.
Okay, so you were in, call it about 3 years.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah. Okay, and then you left 96. Was there any reason why you decided to leave at that time there?
Well, I feel like we was going through a lot of differences at the time.
Okay.
You know, you fight with your brothers, right? So, I mean, at that time, I was experiencing some different things that, my other two members weren't.
Yeah.
And I feel like that energy can cause you to react and just move a little different and maybe not see eye to eye sometimes.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I lost my bro and I was just an angry person at the time, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not to really get too into it, but I was moving kind of different than these guys where they would look at me and say, yo, you gotta slow down, chill out, whatever. Mm-hmm. We was in the streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But good thing, I started getting my head together and I just decided to take it out on my solo career.
Got you.
Okay,
so when you left the group, you had left, say, okay, I'm done with rap altogether. You didn't leave to go pursue a solo career, or what was the real situation?
So before I left, while I was in the group, I was saying, forget rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was that angry. Mm-hmm. Forget this rap music, Who's going to bring back my brother? Forget that. But then what made me continue was him saying to me that I want to put money into your career.
Yeah.
If you go solo, I want to put money into your career. Because he had that confidence in me.
Yeah.
And then that's what made me go solo. That's what made me say, I'm going to do the solo thing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it was like, there was like a transition point at one time where it was like, okay, it was forget rap.
Yeah.
But then you heard it in the back of your mind, say, hey, if you go, I'll back you 100%. Yeah. So even though he wasn't hearing the physical, the spiritual, what he had said to you was still in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So while I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with my life, I was, that was in the back of my mind. And at the same time, the group, we're having differences and, we're falling out, so eventually got to that point where, you know what, I'm just gonna do my thing, and you guys do your thing, and that's where it got to that point. You know?
And what was the first song you actually came up with when you went solo?
The first song I actually came out with was "Gotta Get Mine." Yeah,
big song.
Yeah.
That's the one with Divine Brown.
Yes,
Big,
so that was
big
my first impression. That was I wanted to get it out. That was my first impression. Yeah. But let me tell you something real interesting.
Yeah.
The first beat that I picked when I came out of the group. So I'm out here shopping. I'm looking for beats by myself now, not with the group.
Yeah.
I went to a producer. He don't deal with Ghetto Concept.
Yeah.
Like Ghetto Concept knows him, but this producer K Cut Golden Boy.
Yeah.
He used to be a part of Main Source.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to Kevin's house.
Yeah.
That's his name. He played instrumentals for me, whatever. Yo, I heard this beat that I wanted. I just wanted this beat, which was Take a Look. This is Take a Look. We did an animated video for that. 2 MMVAs for that. Yes. Why did Ghetto Concept pick the same beat? But so Kevin worked on the beat with somebody else. But the other dude sold Ghetto Concept the beat, not knowing that Kevin sold me the beat. But so we were still connected. Yeah. We're still on the same wavelength, picking the same type of beats.
Yeah.
We picked the same beat, bro.
That's crazy.
So mine is called Take a Look, and theirs is called Blood, Sweat, and Glory.
Hold on. So you guys actually recorded?
We recorded 2 different tracks.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, they didn't hear my. They didn't know. They didn't. Honestly, I can say innocently, they didn't know that I picked that beat.
Yeah.
And I never knew they picked that beat.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy that the two of us. That was crazy to me that the two of us picked the same instrumental and recorded on it and put it out.
Crazy. And coming from a producer that didn't even really connect with Ghetto Concept, this is through a third party.
Yes.
He got the beat. You went straight to the producer, you got the beat. You say, okay, you figure everything's cool. Yeah. It's like, hold on.
Yeah. It's like me and you making a beat, but you know a guy that wants a beat. I know somebody else that wants a beat. And then I come tell you, yo, I saw that. You saw that beat too?
Yeah.
What? Like... But it's Ghetto Concept and Infinite. Like that was the most strangest thing when I came out of the group. Yeah.
And did it cause like a little friction, or was just you guys just looked at it as a coincidence?
At the end of it was a coincidence, but at first it was between the producers. It was like, yo, what do you mean? Nah, what? I made that beat. No, I made that beat. Look, I did the sample. No, I did it got to that, but, you know, shout out to both producers. You know what I mean? I was rolling with Golden Boy. Yeah. You know? That was my producer, so I don't know what the other guy has to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Golden Boy.
I hear you 100. That's so interesting how life works.
Yeah.
You understand where you're always connected to something, whether you know it or not, you're always connected. Okay, so you got your first track here, Bubba. Now, what was it like now the first time you had to perform without the other two? So then now you're a solo. Now it's strictly 100% me. Yeah. What was that like now?
The first performance I did without them, yo, I got my DJ. I got a backup hype man.
Okay.
I got 2 hype men.
Yeah.
I got dancers. Yeah. Like I started getting creative. I said, nah, just have to level up. Like if I'm gonna do this, I can't do it on a lower level.
No.
It's either
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. If I don't level up, it does not make sense, like you're saying. And that's what we did. So 97. And 98 and 99 is when, like, for instance, if you go on YouTube and you look up my MMVA performance, Much Music Video performance, you'll see the dancers, you'll see my hype man, you'll see my DJ, you'll see I had a beatboxer on stage. I try to make it more, involve the crowd and make it more entertaining. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so you knew in your mind what you wanted to do is just now I got to bring this to life and actually perform. Say, okay, here we are.
Yes.
You know
and I would see Ghetto Concept at shit. If people would book Ghetto Concept and Infinite on the same bill, so it would feel weird. The energy was off, but you know, you're young, you're going through it.
Yeah.
and you know, it's all good. It was all good at the time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because they figure, okay, we'll get a good package since Ghetto Concept is here and Infinite is here.
Yeah.
Let's put them on one and see what happens. Did you actually, talking about that before we even move forward, did you actually have to perform any of your old songs with them when you were on the same show with them?
With them?
Yeah.
No, because we weren't. It wasn't a good vibe between us.
Got
so
you.
if we seen each other, if it was a good day, if we both had a good day, we'd probably say like, yeah, whatever, and then yeah, all right, cool, yeah. But we wouldn't perform together. We wouldn't do nothing together. We wouldn't. It wasn't the vibe. Wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really unfortunate. It's like, frig, these are my brothers, but I'm going through this, they're going through whatever they're going through, and it's the music is the middle. So it's really the fans are the one that's really, they're the one, we're not going to say suffer, but they're really the ones feeling it.
Yeah.
Because we're not really linking up again as a group, but that's how things go from time to time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is, the guys that they were rolling with, I know them, they know me, so it's like they don't know whether to say what up. They don't know whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't know whatever to say what up or whatever.
Yeah.
But then the guys that I'm rolling with, they know of them, but they don't know them like that. You know what I mean? Like one of my, like I said, one of my hype men just came out. He's a street dude. He just did 10 years, so he didn't smile with nobody. And then my other dude, his head's hot. You know what I mean? So I was just more like, yeah, everything's blessed. Everything is blessed. You know, but there was more like giving off that energy. You know what I mean?
Because remember, at this time now, you're in the street, and those guys are in the streets.
Yeah,
you understand?
Or we're in the street.
Yeah.
And they're in the street, because one day somebody said, one of the members must have said, we can't move like that. Like, you know, we're young, you know? And I was moving a certain way, and he looked at me and said, yo, we can't move like that. But I'm like, yo, we're Ghetto Concept, bro.
Yeah.
We're Ghetto Concept, right? But, you know, like I said, that's during the friction days. Those were we got past all those.
For sure.
That moment, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a good thing with it. So that now you're solo, you're doing your own thing, you're performing. What projects did you start to work on right away after you decided to go solo?
So, like I said, I was working on Gotta Get Mine. I did an EP with 5 songs on it. I did 5 videos. I wasn't playing.
Okay.
Like, I just shot 5 videos.
Yeah.
And then all of them were number 1 on Rap City. So it wasn't a thing where like I wasted my time. I'm looking stupid out here. Like, I was number 1 on Rap City for each one of those videos for at least 2-3 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Beating at that time Missy Elliott, Puff Daddy, Nas.
What?
Like, I still save those. When I run across them, I save those clippings. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So we did pretty good.
No, that's big right there. Because again, remember, you're competing with these big names, Americans.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As a Canadian now doing my thing, for you to say number one,
like
that's a big
3-4
achievement.
weeks, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, they showed love. They showed love, man. And then BMG got involved. Yeah, BMG pushed it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you, after you left, you signed back to a major, BMG?
BMG did basically, like, we were independent. BMG got involved with 2 different songs they heard us working with. Could we put that song out, like one of those?
Yeah.
You know? And they helped push.
Okay.
To Get Mine. Same with Ivan Barry. He was involved too. You remember Ivan Barry?
Beat Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ivan Barry, shout out. You know what I mean? LA Love. You already know what it is, man.
Yeah, no, big up. Listen, I heard you refer to yourself as a reality rapper.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I didn't want to label myself growing up as a gangster rapper because of too much. I feel like people try when they try to label themselves as like, I'm a gangster rapper. I'm a reality rapper. We're righteous. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, we're doing righteous things. You know what I mean? We only get like that when we need to get like that. You know, when we want to express ourselves in that sense, we get like that.
Yeah.
So reality is what it is. This is what it is. Reality is real. Like, this is what really is going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't label myself as a gangster rapper, bro.
Yeah. Because again, coming from a Toronto Canadian standpoint, that's something you don't usually see too much of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's usually, it was more the more clean cut. No, so yeah, as I said, it's more the clean cut type of stuff.
Yeah.
So then that's why I said you guys were stage in between. Stage 2 and 3,
Right.
and the fourth stage would have been clearly like the Drakes and all those stuff there. So you guys came out right around the Cardinals, but then you guys came out with the mixtape era too,
Right.
which was a bit more rough around the edges. It wasn't so polished.
Right. You're right.
You know what I
actually.
mean?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of my favorite videos I could remember to this day watching on Much Music was 360.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of my favorite videos.
Yo, respect.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. How did that song and that whole concept come up?
360 was supposed to be my second release, follow up from Gotta Get Mine.
Okay.
So I had to come with something.
Yeah.
It's either I go left foot right. Like I have to come with something that's gonna stand out. And I feel like when I went same producer.
Yeah.
Our chemistry was so well. So I got a beat from him, and then I wrote to it. And while I was writing it, I was picturing the video. And I was like, okay, I want this to happen. I want this to make sense.
Yeah.
And then I want this to, like, that's how I wrote it.
Yeah.
And then, so it was so easy to shoot the video because the lyrics is line for line what's happening in the story. Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I really appreciate and love that song, especially what you said just now. It was a story.
Yeah.
It wasn't just I'm going to spit some bars. Yeah, it's cool. I got bars. But it was a story. And to see, okay, this is a intricate story. And just to see you bring it to life in the video, salute 100%.
I wanted to show skill, and not just freestyle. I wanted to show a skill.
Yeah.
You know, because it's actually hard to stick to one topic for 16 bars and then another 16. Like, I wanted to show versatility instead of just rapping, like how I was in Ghetto Concept. I wanted to just do something a little different.
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, I remember watching it clearly. I could picture even how the writing was on the bottom of the video. You know what I mean? I remember that was crazy. And I think that was 98 that might have came out.
You're actually right. We shot it in 98.
In 98. Yeah. I remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we shot it in 98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I'm going to tell a story anyway, if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Want to hear it.
Yo, listen, I was locked up January 98, and we were supposed to shoot the video on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was getting out for the video. So that 360 video, I must have came out 2 days before we actually shot that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were going to shoot the video without me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something that I remember. That's when you brought that up, I remember that I was in there not knowing my fate. I didn't know if I was coming out or if I was going to be wasting my time sitting down while they're shooting the video. So yeah, so when I watched that video and 2-3 guys came out too that's actually in the video that was actually on my range.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I remember when we talk about 360.
Yeah, crazy. Big song there. All right, I want to get into some of your acting career here.
Right.
All right, because I know you were in Redemption.
Yeah.
Okay, you were playing the gang leader for the Crips.
Yes.
I knew you were also in Too Deep. You were part of the crew members, one of the crew members. Yeah. I think there was something else you did. What was the first thing that actually got you into acting? What was the first role you played?
CBC, we actually did Drop the Beat.
Drop the Beat. That's what I'm talking about there. Yeah, man. Drop the Beat had Mishi was in there. Oh, a lot of people.
Cardi was on it. A lot of people were on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were on it. A lot of people were on that. So that's what started it out. The whole acting thing. You know what I mean?
What was that like? Because remember, Drop the Beat, because you have to remember, at this point here, we're still coming into ourselves, as in we're starting to like our music, we're starting to like what we're putting on TV and stuff like that.
Right.
That was one of the first shows that really grabbed the attention of the man them at that time there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we say, okay, we could go home and watch this every week. I guess it was a Thursday or whenever it was, we're going to go watch it. Yeah. What was that reaction and that feeling like the first time you actually seen yourself on TV?
the first thing was, yo, they put this together kind of fast. They put it together kind of smooth. I just liked to see myself as another character playing somebody else.
Yeah.
It's actually fun. You know what I mean? That's like one of my long-term goals.
Okay.
So seeing myself play a different character. My name was Schizo. They gave me that character named Schizo. So that's where my acting career started.
Yeah.
And then the whole treatment, my trailer, everything like is different.
Yeah.
It was so different than the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, the music, we get our trailers and stuff, but acting money is way different than music money, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you hit the right show.
Yeah.
Right movie.
Crazy. And then, okay, so Drop the Beat was the first one. And then what did you do after that then?
After Drop the Beat, I believe I did In Too Deep.
In Too Deep.
Yeah.
That was where you were part of the crew that's with Omar Epps and those guys were in that one. LL Cool J, yes.
And I forgot the other dude's name, but there was a little mafia type of crew.
Yeah.
Shaheem, all of them little dudes were coming up into it too. Like it was an experience. My mom is in that movie. Yeah, we got my mom in that movie. Kane, my brother Kane, he's the one. He was my manager, man. He still is, man. That's my brother, my older brother.
Okay.
And he brought all of us into that. Like, you know, me doing the music. That was like, I was like, do we do casting? I can't remember if I did casting for that.
Yeah.
But my nieces are in it, you know.
I gotta go back and watch this one, In Too Deep.
Yeah.
Big movie there.
Yes.
And another one where you actually really now is where you actually got some form of shine was Redemption.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's a Tookie Williams story there. Let's talk about that one there.
Okay, so Redemption was, I'm glad I decided to go for Redemption. Like, you see, the thing is, you can't be too bougie to try to. You gotta, if you go for casting, it's okay to, you know, you do a lead role, but there ain't nothing wrong with doing background sometimes, you know, because the background, I just went to do the background, but it turned into a better role. I got leveled up from a background into that role because the director, Vondi was the director of that movie. Vondi was an actor. He's an actor, older actor. He was in Tupac's movie when Tupac was either playing the police. You remember that movie when Tupac?
Yes, that was, yes.
Yeah, he's actually in the movie.
I know what movie you're talking about.
So Vondi gave me that opportunity. Okay. Shout out Vondi. Vondi was walking around when the Crips were sitting down in that scene.
Yeah.
Vondi was looking, scanning the crowd, and he seen me, and he walked up to me. I guess he was scanning to see who he could approach to represent that Crip. And Vondi looked and he liked my look. He came up to me and said, "Yo, you know how to throw up a Crip sign?"
Yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Okay, this is what I want you to do."
Yeah.
And then I just did what he told me to do. You know what I mean? So,
iconic.
Yes, and I'm glad I was a part of that history.
Yeah.
You know, Tookie Williams was alive when we filmed that.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kane spoke to Tookie on the phone and everything. Like, I wish I got to talk to Tookie on the phone, you know? Barbara Bicknell was one of Tookie's best friends. Lynn Whitfield plays her in the movie. The girl from Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yep.
Yeah, she plays Barbara McNell. And we got pretty close, me and Barbara McNell. She says, like that's like my second mom. Yeah. You know? She told me to tell my mom that too, like, yo, and she has the same name as my mom too. Like, it's crazy. Yeah,
it's great. Life is very interesting. You never know where you're gonna end up, where you're gonna happen. Because remember, you said you took a role as a background.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And he just walked up to you and picked
an upgrade right away.
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, by the time they gave him the lethal injection, Tookie already seen the movie. He got to see it. And Barbara said that part that we was speaking on, it was Tookie's favorite part of the movie. So that made me feel like blessed. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Represented for the man, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's big, and again, because you're a reality rapper, you understand what it was he was going through, so you understood how to really bring it to life. You know what I mean? It wasn't, you just had to channel something and say, okay, here I am right here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Big.
Exactly what happened.
Another thing that I find amazing too is, I'm not sure if you're a video game player, but the fact that you were in Street Fighter.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause I know as a kid, we played Street Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did that even come up?
Capcom is a big video game company, you know, and they came to Canada looking for their guy. They did an audition, and everybody was there. Everybody went to the audition. I seen everybody at the audition. When I say everybody, everybody, like Ghetto. I think Ghetto Concept was at the audition. Maestro was at the audition. Cardi was at the audition. Chaclair, Mishi. Anybody you could think of at that time was there. Sakti, everybody. And I guess nobody was prepared. Well, everybody was prepared, you know, but the beat that they put on for you to rap on, you didn't know what it was going to be.
Okay.
So it was some fast video game, doom, 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 like some fast 100 and some tempo. So I guess when it was my turn, you're not allowed in the room when anybody's up there auditioning.
Yeah.
When it's your turn, they call you in the room, and you just see them sitting at the table. You on the stage, they have their pen. They put on the beat, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's an opportunity, bro. I wasn't going to let that pass, bro. I rapped on that 100 and something beat. I rapped on that fast beat, and I stayed on it, bro. You know? And at the end of it, I think it was the next day or later that day, they contacted us and said, yo, we want to use you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up doing the voices, like round 1. Fight.
What?
Yes.
I thought it was just, okay, I have a song and stuff.
Nah. The crazy thing, they told me on a Sunday that you have studio tomorrow. Like, we're going to go to studio. We want you to record 3 songs.
Yeah.
That wasn't even written yet. So I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
It's either I just say, oh, I can't do it. I don't have 3 songs.
Yeah.
Opportunity gone. Or I start writing these 3 songs right now.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, yeah, we'll be there. And I wrote 3 songs. I never did that before. 3 songs in less than 24 hours, son. Wrote 3 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was for Street Fighter.
This is for Street Fighter 3. And so when you're picking your character, you hear a song in the menu. You hear me rapping. When the game's over, you hear me rapping. And then the theme song, that was my favorite one. The one that they used for the main anthem. Street Fighter 3, that was crazy. Like,
that's
the
fact that you actually did the voiceover parts too. That's the part that is, to me, that's the crazy part there. Fight, you know what I mean? That's the crazy part.
They gave me pages.
Yeah,
I must have said something 450 words or phrases like KO, you lose, or like, you know what I mean? Things that you would hear in video games. So, I mean, that was an experience, man.
That's crazy. There. And why did they choose to come to Canada to look for artists, opposed to are they an American company or are they a Japanese company?
Japanese.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they decided, let's try Canada.
Yeah, like, I mean, Japanese to the point where they weren't even talking English. They had a translator come in and like that guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, crazy. Those type of experiences are crazy.
Yes.
Right now we're in 2020. Yeah. All right. What's Infinite doing in 2020 right now?
Yo, I'm doing the same thing as everybody else going through this pandemic. You know what I mean? I mean, just staying safe. It's crazy. Still being productive in a sense where, you know, we're creating. Right now, I have my niece, Shauna Kane.
Seen that?
She's putting in some work right now. Like we started shooting videos from last year for her.
Okay.
Yeah, but now is her time. We're releasing Shauna's music.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shauna Kane, man. Yeah, man, I'm so proud of her. You know what I mean?
Will you plan on releasing any new music? You're more behind the scenes. Where are you involved with music right now?
I plan on releasing more music. Yeah, but just getting my hands involved with other things at the same time. Like, you know, not just releasing music, but just being behind things and directing things and producing things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's big there. And especially when you came out in the early 2000s. This was 01 was when you went solo?
Okay, so I went solo.
No, sorry, 97.
97 is when I dropped the first one. Yeah.
So then at that time there, remember, there's still, we're getting a little buzz here, a little buzz there. Did you ever think that you would have actually seen the music scene where it is right now, where like Drake and all of these guys have the place on Super Smash as a Canadian?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm proud that he's the one representing too at this moment. His perception, it's international. It's like on a level where it's not corny.
Yeah.
As long as he stays in that lane where he doesn't try to be a gangster, just be yourself. You don't have to be tough to be. You don't have to be tough to try to impress people. Just be yourself, and people will accept you.
Yeah.
So as long as he does that, man, I like the way he's representing us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And the groundwork that the artists that you named and we spoke about before, Ghetto Concept, myself, I feel like those are the foundation rappers that helped the rappers now.
1000%.
You understand? So I'm proud of it, man. As an artist, a lot of artists would hate on that. Like hate on like the fact that Drake, nah, B. I'm glad that it's one of us.
Of course, boss. Because how I try to describe things to people all the time, it's like this. If I'm hating on you, there's somebody right behind me hating on me, As soon as I turn around, they're hating on me.
Yeah.
If I'm showing love, hopefully somebody's back there showing love. Even if they're not okay, cool, but I know if it's the hate, you're going to hate.
Yeah.
You understand? So
no doubt, man.
That's big right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Infinite, your story, your vibe, your energy, what you brought to the table tonight was very, very interesting. The one that caught me off guard was that video game one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people looking in China that probably don't even know where to find. The crazy thing is, Street Fighter 3: The Third Strike. After a while, I did that in 98, 99. And then after a while, I think it was like a couple years ago, they tried to get somebody to do over the soundtrack. And everybody was mad. Like, everybody's like, yo. Like, I was looking at and watching reviews. The guys are like, yo, y'all just messed up a whole masterpiece. Like, I'm going to send it to you.
Crazy.
And people are like dissing whoever's doing it now.
Yeah.
Whoever tried to do over the soundtrack, they try to refresh it or whatever, but they said, y'all should have just left it alone.
Yeah, no, cause that's iconic. Street Fighter to be part of that brand, that Street Fighter brand, epic. Listen, right now, before I get you out of here, if they want to check out what you have going on, check up with you on social media, leave some handles where they could actually check out what's going on right now.
Well, you know what? My Instagram is infinite_LD. You're probably going to leave it on the bottom of the screen, right?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So the correct spelling, infinite_LD. Twitter, oh my God. I'm bad with Twitter. Like, I haven't been on Twitter for like 3 months.
Wow.
But I still go on once in a while. But, I mean, Instagram is where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? But look out for some new stuff coming. Look out for some new material. Look out for some... We're gonna give you guys new artists. We gave you Ghetto Concept. We gave you Infinite. We're about to give you Shauna Kane. We're about to add to the industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big right there. Listen, any shout out, anybody you want to big up right now before we get you out of here?
Yeah, shout out my niece, Shauna Kane. Look out for her single. It's out right now, None Like You. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody. Shout out Kane. Everybody. It's going to be a long list. So I'm just saying shout out Lockdown Entertainment, the family, everybody that's supporting the movement. You understand what I'm saying? Shout you out, man. Thank you for having me.
Big up yourself, brother.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
great conversation, Infinite. Great.
That's what
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people are going to see this and learn a lot and understand exactly who Infinite is.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, that's
My
that's
brother.
the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for coming through.
Yeah.
Let me give you an outro and get you out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.